Hey guys, this is Cyril Gupta, the CEO of Technic Force and your best friend in the business. Today, I've got here a different application, slightly different from all the other apps that I review commonly, because this app is not to help you in internet marketing, but to help you secure your websites. Now, how many of you have seen that red screen of death? Yes, when you go to your website, you suddenly find it that you cannot go to it anymore, and there's a huge screen that says your website may be malicious. Now, this is something that every website owner dreads, but you've seen it if you've been around for a while, or your clients have seen it, and it happens because somebody broke into your website, took control, and put their malicious files on them, and they might be even mailing their own leads or mailing people from your website or guiding people to your website and using it for phishing. Yes, it's a can of worms. It actually puts you at great risk, not just your business, but if somebody ends up getting scammed by your website, then it could be a permanent ban or even worse. So you gotta avoid that as much as possible. And this little tool helps you with exactly that. It's called Soteria, and it is a tool that monitors your website for common hacks. And if it discovers a hack, it repairs it, it tells you about it so that you can repair it too, or you can take action and makes sure that all your websites are always secure. Let me show you how to use it. You get started at the dashboard. Now I'm logged in, and this is an account provided by the developers of Soteria. They have their own websites added to it. So I'm going to show you this total assets is the count of the websites that you have added to Soteria. Verified assets is, of course, once you put up a website, once you add a website, you have to authorize it. You have to prove to Soteria that it is indeed your website. So for that, you have to upload a file or do a DNS or something like that. And you can do that. Once you've done that, your website shows up as a verified asset. Now the reports created, this is the security report. That is actually the final product Soteria. And you can also schedule scans. I will show you that too. By the way, it also helps you create websites, so you can actually create your own websites too using Soteria. So it's kind of like a web editing tool too in a way. All right, so at the moment I've got a couple of websites added to Soteria, and we can view the list by clicking on web assets. This is the list of websites you've added, and there's a button here which says view asset. That's where you need to go to find out what's the current state of your website. So you can see it's doing checks like it checks whether the SSL certificate is active, whether there is HTTPS enforced or not, whether the domain has 2FA enabled or not, and if there's something is pending, you can mark it as complete. It tells you whether the hosting account has 2FA or not based on your account, and you can see you can also these are checks that you have to put in yourself, because of course it doesn't know your admin name and it doesn't know your user account. So you have to mark as complete whether the admin username is not admin, accounts have strong password, there is two-factor authentication, you have login attempts that are rate limited. Now this is something for your admin to actually do, so depending on what platform you use. Unused user accounts are removed or disabled. That's very, very wise. Now it also checks common CMSs. So if you got WordPress or you got Joomla, it's gonna check that they have the latest version with the security patches or not. I think this is great because it makes sure that your WordPress is always updated and keeps you safe. Same for plugins. So if it's got plugins, it's gonna check the plugins. By the way, there is a WordPress plugin in here that you can put on your plugin, that you can put on your WordPress installation, and it will check the plugins and themes too. Then it checks the file permissions. Now the most common reason why people get hacked is they either put 777 or 757 permissions on their websites, and that causes write permissions and it leads to a hack. Now it definitely reminds you to not to do that. Then of course don't use the default database prefixes. For example, for WordPress it is WP, and hackers often use these commonly named files, these commonly named website tables to modify them and to put in their malicious data in here, right? So that's bad. Now it also checks your firewalls, make sure there is DDoS protection, make sure hot linking is not a part of your website, or your website is not doing hot linking. And it also advises you to make sure logs are monitored and that you are using a security scanner and there is uptime monitoring, admin logs are enabled, big backups are scheduled. So it's like a comprehensive self-security checklist that you can mark as done, and based on that it will do an assessment. Also there is proceed to next step, and there you can run a scan, you can secure your website using the WordPress plugin, and you can set up real-time security. So when you, for example, let's get started by real-time. It's active right now, real-time monitoring is active right now. Let's try to create a recipe. So you can choose how often you want to monitor your website. I think daily is fine, and you can choose the time zone whenever you want to monitor it. And at the end of the monitoring scan, and at the end of the scan, it's going to send you a report. So you can create the recipe, and now every day the site will be checked and a report will be sent to you whether your site is okay or not. So if you own multiple websites, like let's say you have 5 or 6 websites, or you've got clients, you could put this on all their websites. Or if you have a client who can purchase this potentially, you can sell it to them as a service. Now there is also run a full scan, which runs the scan of course, and you can select your asset like this one, and you have 2 choices: either run a light scan, which is faster, or run a full scan, which can take a little time, but it will give you a report like this. You can see here, it gives you all the problems that are wrong in your website, all the things that are missing, all the things that need to be checked. The details are all here. You can take action on them, and you can fix what needs to be fixed, right? So this is how this part works. It's a lot of content, right? You will need to check it. Now it shows you when the last light scan or the last full scan was done, and you can rescan it. You can also download it as a PDF, and this is something that you can actually give away or sell to your customers. Like, you can create a scan of a website and then approach your customers, tell them, hey, I found these issues on your website, and these are causing this, these are putting your business at risk. So would you like to fix that? And then you can follow up with an offer to fix it for them, monetize that, right? So that's an idea how it can enable new things for you. Then there is a WordPress plugin, of course, we already know that, I told you about it. You can download it from here, and then it will keep monitoring the site from the WordPress end. You don't even have to use the product. Now we already did real-time monitoring, so we know how that works, and I think that's about the software. It's not a very big software. I think the fun part is in the real-time monitoring, and of course the reports it gives you. There is also DFI websites, and we can click on see all to see all the DFI websites, and we can create it. Just let's take a look at what it does. So you've got 2 different themes: Soteria plugin sales, so you can sell the plugin. Now this is for agency buyers, or you can even create an agency website where you provide the security as a service. So we safeguard and fortify. For example, let's say you wanted to set up a security site, save and next, and let's call it Secure Us Webos. For some reason that's a good name. And if you want to put in your custom JavaScript like your pixel, you could do that. You can put in your fave icon and your site logo. I hope it's not viral. And you can put in your Twitter, or X as they call it these days, Instagram, LinkedIn, and phone and address. I'm not gonna leave that, I'm not gonna fill that in. Let's put in a number, create. So you gotta select a template. Now did I miss it? Because I don't remember seeing a place to select the template. I think I selected it right here. So was it not highlighted? Let's find out. Okay, so I think I deselected it by clicking on it again, and now you can preview it. So here you have your website created very, very fast. I think it's just a standard website template that they have, and they just replace it with the details that you've given them. So pretty standard stuff, and it just gives you one extra thing to use if you want to set up a service, if you want to provide an agency. Now there's also a widget that you can have, which you can put on your website. I think it will just show that you're secure. This is the widget design. So then when people see the website, they will see that there is a security system installed. Maybe it will dissuade some of the hackers. That's the purpose. So this is the entire app, and if you decide to get it, it could help you. Number 1, secure your own websites. Number 2, secure your customers' websites, and you can sell this as a product. You can sell this as a service, provide security services. You know, this is a hot market, and this can help you with real-time monitoring and identifying what can be wrong. You can use the report to either sell it, or you can send the report free and sell services associated with that. So that's Soteria for you. It's on a lifetime plan right now. If you decide to get it, you got to get it from my link, because then I can give you goodies, right? So there is Technique Force Rewards, my website, where I give you all of my applications free of cost. You can log into Technique Force Rewards, and then you can claim your reward points. You can exchange them for my software absolutely free. And I do have a bunch of software. If you haven't seen them yet, you can go to techniqueforce.com and you will see a huge list of my products. I do have a lot of products, a lot of good ones. So you've got TubeRank, Jeet, Livecaster, Vidco. Videsha is something that I just launched. Then social media marketing, I have a bunch of social media tools. Engage is really hot these days. So is Groupster. Bunch of email marketing for content and SEO, PPC, marketing tools for your business, generative AI. So it's quite a complete suite out there that I've created, and you can grab my applications free of cost when you buy other people's application through me. So this was the offer. Let me know if you have any feedback for me. Drop a comment or let me know in email, and I'll be there next time again with a different software. This is Cyril Gupta, the best friend in your business, signing off.